There were a bunch of differences from the time of New France and now. Let's get started. Back in the time of New France, religion was a pretty complicated thing. Actually, it really wasn't. It was either you were Roman Catholic or you were Protestant. If you were Protestant, it just meant that you had a different view of Christianity and didn't agree with some of the rules that those who were Roman Catholic did. Today in North America, we have a lot of religious diversity as there are many immigrants from all parts of the world. Some of those cultures include Hinduism, Sikhism, Jainism, and many more. Atheists are allowed to be and remain without religion, opposed to being forced to support Catholicism, unlike the good old days. Now, cultures are celebrated, and those who do celebrate a culture are respected throughout society. Yay! The economy of New France at the time was a combination of the fur trade and fishing. Fishing was a good resource as the presence of the St. Lawrence provided lots of good opportunities. The fur trade was one of the many cooperations between the New France people and the natives. The economy of Canada is now just made up of manufacturing, finance, real estate, and agriculture. We now have more modern jobs because there are more technologies that assist them. As an attendant in New France, you would control the entire colony's civil administration, and you would give special attention to settlement, economic development, and the administration of justice. As the governor of New France, you were the highest position and you would represent the king. You had a large say in economic and political discussions, and you affected the lifestyle of people a lot. If you were the Governor General of Canada, you would receive all royal British guests and important political figures who visit the land. You would hand out awards of excellence and you would commend good citizens. As a member of parliament or a premier, you would have a big say in political discussions and you would affect the lifestyle of people a lot, similar to an attendant of New France. Men in New France wore breeches, which were basically pants tied to the knee, and jerkins, similar to jackets. Women wore shirts and skirts made out of linen and cotton, while children wore fur pelts similar to adults. In the winter, they copied the Indians by wearing mittens and moose leather boots lined with beaver fur. They also wore a fur-lined coat called a pelisse. In New France, transportation was mainly just walking, but when you travel by water along the St. Lawrence River, they used birch bark canoe. Mostly men in New France would work as farmers and produce food for the family as well as hunt. Sometimes they were millers or in carpentry. Women would manage the house, make clothes for the family, cook, and take care of smaller children. Today we have brand clothing that's designed for our comfort and matches our style. Our clothing is much more advanced than that in the 16th century because we kind of don't have freeze to death this time, which is a pretty big advancement. Today when it comes to transportation, we can cover a lot more ground quickly as we're much more efficient. We have planes, buses, cars, modern boats, bicycles, and a lot of more stuff. We now have a variety of jobs that match our country's economy. Whatever there's a demand for, we have, such as healthcare, accounting, construction, and more. It doesn't matter what gender you are, there's a job for everyone and anything. Now we have really modern houses or apartments that actually have heating for once, and we also have technological comforts such as the internet or microwave. The largest rivalry for France at the time was Britain, which was the largest force in Europe. Interactions between France and Britain included the famous 7 Years' War, where the British extended their reign over a lot of parts of the world, such as the Colombian Sugar Islands and India. In modern times, we now have new worldly issues that we have to worry about, such as global warming, pollution, and so on. We don't battle the British anymore. Instead, we have to deal with forces from the East and Middle East, such as Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria, which have come to power as well. But when becoming more modern gives us more opportunities to use technology against each other, and has resulted in a lot of pain and misery in the world.